Imagine this. A woman casually asks her partner, "How often do you think about the Roman Empire?" The answer? All the time. It's become a viral trend on social media, sparking laughter and curiosity in equal measure. But behind the humor lies a deeper question. Why does ancient Rome still occupy such a prominent place in our collective imagination? Why does an empire that fell over 1,500 years ago continue to fascinate us so intensely? To understand this phenomenon, we need to explore how the Roman Empire has shaped our culture, influenced our ideas, and even inspired attempts to recreate its glory. To begin with, the sheer scale of Rome's influence cannot be overstated. At its height, the Roman Empire stretched across 3 continents, encompassing diverse cultures, languages, and traditions. It wasn't just a political entity. It was a cultural powerhouse whose innovations in law, architecture, engineering, and governance laid the foundation for much of Western civilization. Consider some of Rome's most enduring contributions. Roman law, with its emphasis on justice, rights, and legal precedent, became the blueprint for many modern legal systems. Latin, though considered a dead language, lives on in scientific terminology, medical jargon, and the Romance languages spoken by millions today. Even the very structure of our governments, from republics to empires, owes a debt to Rome's experiments with power. These legacies are so deeply embedded in our world that they become almost invisible, like the air we breathe. Yet, Rome's influence extends beyond practical achievements. Its myths, stories, and symbols have permeated art, literature, and popular culture, from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar to HBO's Rome, from gladiator movies to video games like Assassin's Creed. There's something about the grandeur, drama, and complexity of Rome that resonates with us, even centuries later. So why does Rome keep popping up in our conversations, memes, and media? One reason is its sheer relatability. Despite being ancient, Rome feels oddly familiar. Its society grappled with issues we still face today: corruption, inequality, debates over immigration, and struggles between democracy and authoritarianism. When we look at Rome, we see reflections of ourselves, our strengths, flaws, and aspirations. Take, for example, the idea of the fall of Rome. For centuries, historians and thinkers have debated why such a mighty empire collapsed. Was it internal decay, external invasions, economic instability? These discussions mirror contemporary anxieties about the decline of modern powers or fragility of global systems. In a way, obsessing over Rome allows us to process our own fears and hopes about the future. Furthermore, Rome appeals to our sense of ambition and nostalgia. The phrase Roman Empire evokes images of colossal arenas, sprawling aqueducts, and larger-than-life figures like Julius Caesar, Augustus, and Cleopatra. It represents a time when humanity seemed capable of achieving the impossible, building roads that connected distant lands, creating monumental architecture, and forging a unified identity across vast territories. In an era where progress often feels incremental or uncertain, Rome offers a romanticized vision of human potential. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of Rome's legacy is the repeated attempt throughout history to resurrect its spirit, or at least imitate its success. From Charlemagne's coronation as Holy Roman Emperor in 800 CE to Mussolini's fascist regime invoking Roman imagery in the 20th century, leaders have sought to harness the prestige and authority associated with Rome. Even today, echoes of Rome persist in surprising ways. Consider the United States Capitol building, modeled after classical Roman architecture, or the use of terms like Senate and Republic in modern democracies. These nods to Rome aren't just aesthetic choices. They're deliberate efforts to align contemporary institutions with the perceived stability, strength, and legitimacy of the ancient empire. Of course, these attempts often reveal more about the societies making them than about Rome itself. By idealizing the Roman Empire, We project our own values, desires, and insecurities onto it. We imagine Rome as a golden age of order and prosperity, conveniently overlooking its darker aspects: slavery, imperialism, and brutal oppression. This selective memory says as much about us as it does about the empire we idolize. At this point, you might be wondering, does Rome actually matter today, or is it just a relic of the past? The truth is, Rome matters, not because it provides all the answers, but because it raises important questions. What does it mean to build a lasting legacy? How do societies balance freedom and control, diversity and unity? And what happens when power becomes too concentrated or too corrupt? Rome's relevance lies in its ability to spark these kinds of conversations. It serves as a mirror, reflecting both the best and worst of human nature. Its triumphs remind us of what's possible when people work together toward a common goal. Its failures warn us of the dangers of hubris, greed, and division. Moreover, Rome's persistence in our collective consciousness highlights something profound about human psychology. We're drawn to stories of rise and fall, of glory and ruin, because they help us make sense of our own lives. Whether we're scrolling through TikTok or reading a history book, we're searching for patterns, lessons, and meaning. Rome gives us all of that, and more. The fact that so many people, especially men, admit to thinking about Rome all the time speaks volumes about how deeply ingrained it is in our cultural DNA. On one level, it's a testament to the power of storytelling. Rome's history is filled with larger-than-life characters, epic battles, and dramatic twists. It's no wonder we find it irresistible. On another level, it reflects a longing for connection to something bigger than ourselves, something timeless and universal. In a fast-paced, ever-changing world, Rome offers a sense of continuity. It reminds us that while empires may rise and fall, certain themes endure: ambition, loyalty, betrayal, love, and loss. Ultimately, our fascination with Rome reveals as much about who we are as it does about the empire itself. It shows that we're storytellers at heart, constantly seeking to understand our place in the grand narrative of history. And maybe, just maybe, it shows that deep down, we all want to leave a legacy as enduring as Rome's. As we wrap up this exploration, let's return to that viral question. How often do you think about the Roman Empire? Perhaps the real answer isn't about frequency. It's about significance. Rome endures not because it was perfect, but because it was profoundly human. It reminds us that history isn't just a series of dates and events. It's a living, breathing story that continues to shape us every day. So the next time you find yourself pondering the Colosseum or quoting Julius Caesar, remember, you're not alone. You're a part of a centuries-old tradition of dreaming, debating, and marveling at the empire that refuses to fade away. Subscribe and welcome to the empire